What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace all of the speakers in a 1992 Dodge Ram W150 first generation Dodge Ram. So I decided to go with the Kick Your KS series speakers. I got some 4x10s for the rears and some 6x9s for the doors. This should be a pretty easy swap, so let's get started. So I've actually already done the other rear speaker, and if you have subs in here, you'll already be halfway there because all of your panels are going to be falling off. First step, we're going to pull out these two screws for this back panel. You're going to want to loosen or take out one of these. You're going to want to loosen and take out this one up here above your door. Next step is behind this seat belt. You're going to have 1 and 2 screws. Take those out. All right, so you're going to take this panel, the one that has the seat belt going through it. You're going to have to get it out from behind this panel, and this panel. It's kind of a pain, but like that, just slid it down diagonally, and then you can kind of rotate it. You can pull this seat belt out from down here and let this panel sit here. You can see my quart of oil, so instead of fixing my oil leak, I'm going to replace all the speakers in here because that makes sense. Next step is you got a screw right here, and then you got another one in your door jamb right here. Take those two out. Once you got those 2 screws out, the speaker should just come out just like that. There's going to be a little tab on the top here you got to pry up on, or just break off because you're going to cut it off anyways. But yeah, pull this off of there just like so, and here's your speaker. All right, so I got this over here. We're going to take out these 2 nuts. I'm using an 11/32 socket on my golden ratchet. All right, those 2 nuts are out. As you can see, these speakers are not the same size. These mounting holes will not work. Go ahead and try to find one of these speakers that'll perfectly mount in here. I can almost guarantee you will not. So what I did instead is I took this 4x10 and I put it in here, got it pretty centered on. All right, so I got that pretty well centered on there. Now I'm just going to take my paint marker, make a line just like so on all 4 corners. You can see with how I got this marked, I want to drill a little bit inside of the diagonal lines, just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just using a stepper drill bit from Harbor Freight. This stuff is like pleated, so it drills through super quick. I'll go ahead and show you by doing this hole right here. So I'm going to go a little bit inside of the diagonal. Now we're going to go ahead and set our speaker back on top. Now what I use to secure it is some Harbor Freight bolts. I'm just using these metric 10 machine bolts, 4 of them with 4 nuts. A best case scenario, either get some washers to put on the front and then some lock nuts or lock washers. But all right, so I just got those nuts and bolts in there, and I'm just tightening them down with this little hand screw thing. If they come loose, just throw some Loctite on them, weld them on, don't matter. So now we're going to take this assembly over to the truck. We're going to get the wires soldered on, and we're going to hook it back up. So we got our wires right here. We're going to snip this connector off. These wires are color-coded. So I'm going to put a diagram up on the screen with these colored wires and what they go to, positive and negative, because the old speakers did not have a positive or negative indicator, and neither does this. So, right, so I just got those wires twisted together. I got heat shrink on there. I'm going to solder them together. All right, so I just got those soldered together. These connectors, there's one small, one big. Hard to mess that up on the speaker. Just going to get that hooked up and throw it back together. All right, so now we're going to move on to the 6x9. So right inside of this door handle is going to be either a half, a 7/16, a 3/8, or a 10mm bolt, depending on who's touched your truck. And then right in this hole is going to be a Phillips flathead, some sort of screw. So I got that door handle off, that screw out. Now, this door panel is held on by clips, and it's also super old plastic, so be careful. The best way that I've found to do this is to just get your hand in here and just start popping it out. Right, so I just got the top half of the door panel off. I just want to show you guys how I pop out these window switches, make it easier. So you come over here, this little clip, right? Get your screwdriver in there. Pry that clip inwards, just like so that this presses through. Do the same thing on the other side. Oh, there you go. And then you're just going to pull them, turn them sideways, pop them through. Just like so. You can keep pulling off this door panel. But yeah, these are the clips I'm talking about. Clip, clips, clips, clips. Wiring's just going to be the same as the rears. And the bracket, you're just going to have to figure it out for your vehicle. So I was able to take this connector and take it off the old speaker is what I remember doing. And this plugs into the speaker harness inside of the door. But these colors do not represent what the diagram represents. The diagram represents what's on the body harness. So green is negative, black is positive on this. All right, so I got the wires all done, and then I got this hooked up to the mounting bracket. I'm just gonna go throw it in now.
Many a young maid lost her marbles to my